It's been quite a journey. And let me see. Where shall I start? I'll try to sum it up really
Sure.
for you. Okay, so when I went to the Matrix, I've always been involved kind of on and off in e-commerce. It's my passion. I love buying and selling online. And I was married to a dentist for about 9 years. And we both attended the Matrix. And I was really looking to do something that would be something that could solve a problem, because I love the idea of being able to provide a solution and have something practical and tangible. I came up with the idea for Luxlon, which is the toothbrush and UV sterilizer, after attending a couple other conferences, including ClickFunnels. And my idea was, after being with a dentist and around dentists, I used all kinds of toothbrushes. You got all the best of the best, but I wanted something that was black and sleek and modern looking, and just something that could stand out a bit more, something that looks good on your countertop, on your bathroom countertop, and works well.
Yes.
And also, another thing that was very important to me was to find, because you think about germs, they jump from the toilet up to 15 feet onto your toothbrush head.
I know, every time you flush. Yeah.
So I needed a UV sterilizer, and I looked through some that were already existing, contacted some suppliers and Alibaba, and ordered a couple different options. And this is the one that I liked. And actually that blue light is what happens when it's charging. So I got the toothbrush, and the UV sterilizer is actually the star of the show. So you just put it in there like that, and then just close it. Light goes off, kills 99% of the germs, automatic. And this is really great because it's very lightweight. You can travel with it, and it charges with a USB port, so you don't need converters for, traveling. And it comes in a really good little packaging already, although my vision is to get it branded into my colors, which is more of a black and silver. And this is in other colors as well. So when I did the funnel, at that same time, when I was just launching, like the pre-launch of my product, my marriage was falling apart. My ex-husband was, supposed to be kind of like the dental person. And he does have some of my products, the toothbrush and the sterilizer, in his office. The goal was for his office to be the test market to see how we could private label this.
Yep.
And there was a lot of interest, but, marriage falling apart bled into the business life. And I just honestly had to take a break. And this was, I think, June last year. So I sold a few, to people in my mastermind and small groups. And after that, I stepped back, not done anything again. And after now, I'm in the right mindset to go back. And I'm like, wait a minute, this was my idea, my baby. I want to go forward, and I'm ready to relaunch. And I want to get my website off of the funnel, which I don't know how to do because I paid somebody to do the funnel, and it's on my husband's account, which I have the passwords for, but I need to get rid of that and have a pre-launch website. And the goal this time is to have it just branded mainly with this, because I think this is the star. Toothbrushes are everywhere. I've seen Quip, and there are a bunch of other really cool looking ones, but nobody's really doing the sterilizer yet.
Yeah.
I've seen.
And it's great to be able to travel with it too, because it keeps the toothbrush clean in your wash bag and stuff.
Exactly. Take this to work, throw it in your gym bag. It protects your toothbrush just, as a cover, and sterilizes. So I've just been so excited about this and ready to revisit having it just launched as a retail, but also have a section that could be wholesale, where dentists could go and get it private labeled, because they could make commission off of it.
Yeah.
I had come up with a pretty decent pay structure where they could, sell it, and their hygienist could get a small commission, and everybody would make a really good, a decent amount. So yeah, right now it's just at that stage where I would love to have a website ready to, just like a placeholder, like the coming soon page, to build up some anticipation and get the email list going. I did a little bit of a drip campaign, but nothing much. I think I just did the free account because I was testing everything. And I would love to get, all of this just done as I work through everything, because The complication comes slightly the fact that I'm still in we haven't reached to sign a separation agreement. So financially, I used to work for my husband's practice. And so a bulk of my income came from there, but post-separation, I stopped doing that. And so, yeah, until we get to the alimony place agreed upon, I haven't been able to make any big financial moves on my own, but that is happening this month, putting it in the limited.
Oh, and do you have babies?
We have a cat.
Oh, a fur baby.
Yeah, a fur baby. So luckily, I mean, it's been a little messy, but it's okay. We're getting to the point where I believe that this month we can sign some agreement, and honestly, it will free up myself to financially make moves, because also he kind of stole some of my intellectual property. So yeah, he took some of my ideas and passed it on to someone else, I found out. So I've been very, very cautious about, like, you know, I don't want to let him know exactly what I'm doing, because yeah, I just have a feeling he would take my idea and use it. So yeah.
So in terms of the website with e-commerce, are you going with Shopify, or how are you going to sell this? Amazon, or how's it going to work?
I did have an Amazon store for a bit, and I do have an eBay store, but I don't think this would be really good for eBay because it's more personally branded. I would probably do Shopify. I haven't used it as a platform, but I'm pretty kind of familiar with it. So I think Shopify would be a good.
Well, the nice thing is it includes shipping and currencies and all that kind of stuff as part of its package, and it integrates beautifully into WordPress.
Oh.
There's another one called WooCommerce, which is very functional, but it doesn't do the postage and the shipping. Well, I guess if it's all the same weight, I mean, we could work it out. Or are you going to include free shipping as part of the deal, or?
Okay, yeah, something like that would always.
Okay.
I'm very open to that, but definitely either of those. What else was I going to say? Yeah, is it it's different to build a retail versus a wholesale kind of website, or is it?
Well, yes and no. I mean, basically, with the wholesale, you would have a sublink so that they would go directly into the shopping cart that wouldn't be public, and or you can have a password protected, and you can set up different accounts for different people. So that's doable. Okay. No, for sure. And then you're using Drip, you said, for your email campaign?
Yeah, because I was working with a coach, she's actually in the PGI. She did a lot of the online marketing. So she's the one that was introduced me to the funnels, to ClickFunnels, and Drip as an option. So I just signed up for like the one with 100 subscribers. However, I think, obviously if I do pursue this, I want to have more room to grow. So
of course. Yeah, no, understood. I've met a few PGI people, and they're both gone ClickFunnels and Drip. So probably the same coach.
Half down that road.
Alrighty. Okay, so yes, we could help for sure. So timeline and budget. So when are you thinking you want this done by, first of all? Oh, ideally.
Yeah, ideally, I would say maybe in a couple months or so. It's not something I have to do right away.
All right, perfect. I was going to say, if you need it in the next month, I can't help you.
We can take a bit more time with it. Budget, I'm not sure what you normally charge for this. And I saw on your website you do branding as well. And I love what you're doing for Kim and Paul's book. I would love to be able to kind of, work with the same company, the same people to get some more help with the social media marketing and that whatever other offers that you guys would have. I think it would make a lot of sense. So yeah, I don't know, what does something like that cost to begin with?
Well, it's, Kim and Paul have got a pretty aggressive plan to become New York bestsellers with New York Times bestsellers with the book, which means we have to sell 10,000 copies. And it took a long time. The book's almost finished, but it's not published yet. The illustrations are still being done. So we're dripping, I feel like, excuse the pun, but dripping it out literally since last Friday. I mean, the first almost 2 months that we've been talking strategy and just getting things together. We start really beginning of February, approximately. So we've got a lot in the background that now we're now starting to envelop out. And we're building them a very, very beautiful, friendly website with video production and everything to go with all of that. If you've seen on my website, that's the VIP Titanium program.
Okay.
So if you've looked on the website under the program, so that's what we call the white glove branding, video, social strategy website. Everything's included in that. And they decided to do that over a 6-month plan. From when we start to when we, and so we're already into it till July, and then they'll launch in August. So that's how that one rolls out. And I need to sort of spend some time thinking about exactly what we need to do for the website for you, because obviously we need to explain to people why they would want to use this product. So writing a lot of blogs, creating some video, getting testimonials is all part of the strategy. And then building up a social media following, especially for Instagram. Yeah. And then the good thing is I actually have several dental clients. One specifically is probably one of Canada's leading orthodontists. Okay. And he actually did my teeth and did it all with braces behind my teeth. So nobody even ever knew I had braces. I had a slight lisp, but you could never see because of these lingual braces that were behind my teeth. So that was kind of cool. So I know Lon really well. He's Chinese, and he's been my client for 5 years now. He created a second business within his practice. It's called the Head Pain Institute, because what he found is a lot of people who were getting braces also had TMJ. So he now uses his skill with cold fusion lasers and massage and braces to actually cure a lot of people's TMJ. So we created a second business called the BC Head Pain Institute, and that's almost as good a business now as his practice. Okay. And so worked with him for many years, and then I've done several. Obviously, I have my own dentist, and I did his website, and I know that space pretty well. Okay. So that helps a lot. I mean, it really depends. I mean, how much training you need, as opposed to how much coaching you need, as to how much done for you need. We can start as now we have a group training program, which is just training. Okay. Which covers all 3 of our courses, which is social media, writing, and public relations. So, and that full course is 15,000. Okay. The website typically, I mean, it could start as low as 3,500 to create something that begins with, but by the time we build a shopping cart in and get deeper, it's hard. It's a number of pages, and the functionality and the SEO gets really, really deep. So typically anywhere from 3,500 to 10,000 as a sliding scale until we know what we're going to do. And then, so we could do group training, we could build a website. Some people say, actually, well, I need it fully branded. I need you to write my content. I want you to work with me every single week for the next 6 months, like I'm doing with Paul and Kim, to do that too. And we can do that as well. And that takes you to 45,000 over the 6-month period. So, and we have a course at 2,000. So anywhere between 2 and 45 is where we work as a company. And it's typically on payment plans, we don't charge more for payment plans. We just split it up for cash flow. So once we decide what you need and what the spec would be, then we can zoom in on a budget or price structure that would work for you. So that's the full range. I mean, I'm in the middle of building a $90,000 website for a window and door company right now. So that's right up here. That's pretty unique, but typically 3,500 to begin with, up to probably around 10,000 or so for a very functional, Google-friendly e-commerce website with all of the lead generation built into it for drip campaigns kind of thing. And then it's just how much you want me to teach you about social media, how much hand-holding you need, how much support you need to launch this business as well.
Okay. Yeah, and I really believe, for me, my passion is to become, I mean, I love retail, but there's something about this that has been really calling me to do more of the distributor model, where essentially I'm the liaison. So, dentists or whatever other businesses that would want something like this branded. For example, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, so we have sporting teams here. And I was like, I would love to get in touch with the dentist that is the Hornets and the Panthers, because, hey, locker rooms, they would want this, I think.
That's
You know,
a
and
great, yeah. What will it retail out approximately?
so retail, I've been playing with the price points because initially I was selling it as at a $120 as a set. But I think that on its own, just retail would be, in order for me to break, you know, get a pretty decent profit margin, maybe $65 to $75.
Yeah.
Just depending, and again, it's the branding and it's more of like a luxurious feel,
Yeah.
like how much
Yeah.
you kill the germs.
Absolutely. I love the idea of it. Yeah. So is anybody else doing this, or is it just you?
I've seen this product. It is available on Amazon. It's not very well marketed. I had to do some pretty intense searches to find it. And because I know all the suppliers where this comes from, there are other brands of UV sterilizers, none that look quite like this. And I've ordered a few of them. So I've not really seen them, like, not being pushed onto the mainstream. And I spend so much time, you know, like, that's one of my passions, is finding products and what's out there. I personally haven't seen it, but you know,
Cool.
not to discount
So
that it's there. I'm sure somebody's, yeah, thinking the same thing.
nice. I like it. And
I
then
think,
obviously, once you start selling, you're going to need to create distribution channels and get the shipping going and boxing and that and stuff. But yeah,
yeah,
it's
and do you
exciting.
have anything with that? Because I tried to do shipping on my own when I had the first few orders. It was a nightmare. It's very expensive. So I know fulfillment centers would be a better idea. And from the manufacturers of this, they would, all the dentist would need to do, or whoever the client is that's going through my website, would give me their information, specifications. You know, obviously they prepay for whatever price we agree on, and I contact the manufacturer, but it has to be a minimum, I believe, 1,000 pieces for them to start doing the logo. So
Right.
that's one way to go to it. And I would have them send the logo, everything boxed, shipped, and straight to the office. Or it could be I pre-order them and then they buy it from me, and then I would still have to get the logos done. So it just depends on which route becomes the easier, more,
Interesting.
yeah, efficient.
Right. Sure. I mean, we work with a company in Washington. They're called Adacora, and they specifically import product from Rwanda. And essentially, it's a superfood called a baobab fruit, if you know the tree, the upside down tree. And he was a UN peacekeeper, and for a long time. And then he created this co-op society in Rwanda around the baobab fruit. And now he literally buys every single thing that they can grow, imports it to the United States, but he is selling it by the container load to wholesale for different superfood manufacturers, but they also sell retail. So we built the website, we did the branding, we had the wholesale shopping cart through Shopify, we have the retail shop, and they have a warehouse in the Olympic Peninsula where they will ship retail as well when they have product. But they've also added 6 or 7 other different flours and so on as well. So it's Atacora, Adacora. I'll give you a quick link so you can. It's a while since we built it, but it's brilliantly successful for them, which is what we wanted.
That sounds so cool. I'm from Kenya originally, by the way. So when you're like Rhonda, I was like, oh.
I wondered that because I tried to find you on LinkedIn and I couldn't, but your name came up with somebody else from Kenya Power, and I went, maybe it's a Kenyan name.
Yeah, it is. I don't have a LinkedIn, which is something I do need to get back.
That's something we need to work on. Yeah. Okay, so that's Adacora, just in the chat box there. And the program that, well, we can decide which program is best for you, but
oh, wow.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun building the site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bulk buyers and wholesale.
Yeah, we met them in Seattle, and we spent a couple of days together at a hotel, and we planned it all out, and then we built it over a 6-month period, and we keep. I mean, the main lady that worked with us left. Actually, no reason. She was just a mom, and she left. So the lady who took over, it was a big shoes to fill. So she's now got a head around everything else, but we have a big not rebrand, but a 2.0 version of this coming out. But we haven't even started it yet. But yeah, so yeah, that's the kind of thing we love to do. And we, as I say, the branding and the website and the Shopify, we built all of that in the background. You can see the wholesale buyers and the bulk buyers tabs at the top. So that might be something just as an idea. But obviously, you're just going to have one brand right now. But obviously, I'm sure you'll be having other brands to go with the first one. Yeah, that's just to give you a rough idea kind of thing. And the blog and the social media and all of the pieces, we trained them how to do that. We don't do it for them now. Whereas with Kim and Paul, we're doing it for them right now until, well, I think we'll just continue. I don't think they're going to take it on. So that's kind of fun. So yeah, so that's a sort of the answer is yes. The timing, if we're a couple of months away, yes. And then we just have to decide where you want to start budget-wise, what you want to do first, how much time that's going to take, and then looking at the branding, looking at the obviously the logistics of just helping you work it out. We make stuff happen for a reason.
By the way, great name.
Thank you. We've been 2008. We started. I've had my own business since 2004, okay. But I rebranded instead of it just being my name into the company in 08. When 08 was not a good year for a lot of people, so I decided to get bigger rather than go home. So that's what we did.
Awesome. That's
yeah. So how does that sound?
So that was not a good year to be getting on the market for jobs at all.
No. So how is this all sounding for you?
Yeah, I really do. Thank you for sharing that at Akora's website, because I'll do some more research on it. It sounds really good because ultimately, they've also been mentioned in Lush. And oh, that's really cool. Ultimately, my goal is to build Luxsalon as a lifestyle brand. I don't want to just have the one. I love my UV sterilizer, but there are a couple other things which when I think of a lifestyle, like my goal is aesthetically driven but works well. That's something that you feel like luxurious doing it, Another idea I would like to incorporate is a skincare mini fridge, because I love skincare. It's something that you would keep in your bathroom or on your countertop that keeps your skin things at a good, temperature. So I'm like, that sounds very luxurious. And I've looked at the back end. That's something I could probably source really well. But I think becoming the distributor model to me is very appealing, because there's a lot of people that don't have the time, the resources, the interest to go and find. So I would love to be that name of the place that is, you go there and get it, put your brand.
The luxury brand marketplace. I like it very much. Yeah. Yeah, I love luxury brands. This is my favorite little thing right now. This is my very own Merce that I bought in Venice, and wherever I travel now, this goes with me, and so many people say, I love your
bag. It looks like really good quality leather.
It was. So yeah, I get it. Yeah. It's funny, Paul and I were chatting the other day about Louis Vuitton bags, and he went, they're just really nice. I said, Paul, I was in Vegas last week and I had one in my hand. I went, yeah, no. But I was this close.
Very close, yes, definitely.
So yeah. Yeah. That obviously now you know who we are and what we do. Have a think about that. I've got a form that I can send you. I don't think we've got you to fill that form in to begin with, right?
No, I don't think I filled out any forms.
That's fine. Because we were quite quick to jump on, and I was away speaking last week, so I was a little bit rushed last week because I spoke at an event in Sacramento for 3 days, which was terrific. So I'll give you this form, and this will really help me, and it'll help you to formulate the ideas. Mm-hmm. I'll just put it in the chat box here. There we go. And if you could fill that in, and then it's an online form, so you could get that back to me. And then let's chat again in a day or so once your thinking is going out, and then we could get you on the calendar, work out an initial budget. We have some like social media training starting like next week. It's called the Social Media Bootcamp. Okay. So we could get you into some training just to see how this works as early as next Tuesday. Which would be great, because everybody who works with me, Paul and Kim, are going through this course as well. Angie Tomlinson just did it, if you know Angie.
Oh, yeah, I know Angie. Yeah.
She did the last one. And do you know Jemmy Bertrand? No. Spanish lady? She's in Paul's mastermind group.
No, I haven't met
She has got a business called Nourish the Brain. She's a brain coach. She's in the PGI as well. And so she's starting the training next week as well. And Mary Vivian? Mary Vivian? Nope. She's another PGI person that we've been talking to. She's starting the training too next week. So quite a few people from PGI going through our training just starting next week. So that would be good timing to get you into that.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's great to meet you finally, and put a face to a name. And now we're friends on Facebook. And I did have a look at the luxury brand ClickFunnels already. ClickFunnels is fine as a. I don't think ClickFunnels and products are the right mix. They're great for getting people into a webinar. They're great for low ticket courses. But when you go luxury brand and it's more niche, I mean, it's a ClickFunnels. I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah. So, it was a good first step to.
Yeah, no, you did right. But I think now that you've defined your marketplace, there's nothing you can do with a ClickFunnels. There's no blog. Yes, you can tie an email link in, but there's no SEO to it. But there's so much more that we could change and make it work. See.
Well, that's very exciting to me.
Yeah, no, you come to the right place, and we love to help great people. So.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. I will fill out the form and get back to you.
Sure, and feel free to stalk my Facebook page and learn all about me and see what we do.
All right. By the way, are you from the UK or?
I am. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's where my accent's from. I've lived in Canada this is our 17th year.
You sound a little bit Canadian, but I still hear the English accent.
You got it. Yes.
My friend George, who's in our mastermind as well, he's from the UK. George Jurgen. I don't know if you've met him yet.
Did he write a review for Paul for the book?
No.
There's somebody called George, somebody who wrote.
Yeah, you're right. He did, because he's an author.
Okay, I don't know him, but the name resonates. Yes, yeah. Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thanks, Marianne. Yeah. Let me have a read. Ask any questions you like. Just find me on Messenger or email, and we'll keep going.
All right, sounds awesome.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Okay, bye for now.